Sing it loud and sing it proud. I just want to celebrate another game we're winning. I just want to celebrate. Sens win 4-3 over the Philadelphia Flyers. Yes! Man, does it ever feel good to get a win. I know it's been only 10 days since Ottawa beat Pittsburgh, but with the way the last week has gone, it felt like it was way more than a week and a half. It wasn't a fun night all the way around, but it was fun at the end, and that's the most important part. As always though, let's look at lineup changes. Despite playing on the second night of a back-to-back, Boucher and the Sens rolled with the same lineup, and Mike McKenna got the start and goal. And with the Sens looking to put a greater emphasis on defense, the lines themselves also stayed the same, as the Sens hoped to keep a couple extra pucks out of their net. In the early going though, yeah, it didn't work. Less than 4.5 minutes into the first period, Giroux stick handles by a couple of Sens players, he feeds Konechny one-times by McKenna, and the Flyers lead 1-0. Yeah, it was a nice play by Giroux, but man alive, what laziness by the Sens defenders. Tierney does the old flyby, and then Chabot follows him, and on his way by, swings wildly at Giroux with his stick. One of them has to stop and get in Giroux's face. Good players aren't that good if you take away their time and space. The Sens don't, and they dig themselves an early hole. It doesn't help that it deflected off Tierney to go in either. No matter, the Sens waste little time getting it back. Just a minute and a half after Konechny put the Flyers in front, the Sens tie the game. Mark Stone's shot is blocked. He picks up his own rebound and feeds Chabot at the point. Chabot fires a wrister that gets by Stolarz, and the game is tied at 1. Classic example of a guy just really wanting the puck. Stone wasn't going to lose that battle. He made sure to follow up his own rebound, and that's a really smart and subtle play, and one that's very important to a hockey game. The goal was also a bit of an even-up of sorts from the hockey gods, as Konechny's goal bounced off Tierney and went in, and Chabot's goal bounced off Lindblom and went in. McKenna and Stolarz hold the fort for the rest of the period, and we go into the first intermission, tied at 1. The tie? Yeah, it doesn't last long in the second. Just under 3.5 minutes in, with the Sens on the delayed penalty, the Flyers pick them apart. Gostisbehere picks up the puck at the blue line. He feeds Lawton, who sends it cross ice to Provorov. Provorov sends it in front to Voracek, who's left standing wide open in front. Voracek one-times it by McKenna, and the Flyers have a 1-goal lead again. I can ignore all the passing that went on. Being short-handed, there's going to be a certain amount of free passing, but what I can't ignore is Voracek being left wide open in front. Again. You've played the Flyers once so far this season, and in that game, Voracek had 2 goals and 3 assists. Maybe you want to cover him. The Leafs use this weird mannequin in front of their net during practice. Maybe the Sens can work out a trade with them to get the mannequin. He may not move, but at least we know we'll have something covering the front of the net. And not even 3 minutes after that, the Flyers extend their lead. Radko Gudas' point shot finds its way through everybody, including Mike McKenna, and the Flyers lead 3-1. Yeesh. I spend a lot of time in these videos picking apart the Sens' defense. I've watched this goal from a number of angles, and I'm left with just one question. How does McKenna not save that? It didn't look like it was tipped. There was no screen in front except for one at the blue line, yet it still somehow finds its way in? Not good. What is good, though, is the Sens managed to keep the game 3-1 heading to the third period. And with about 8.5 minutes to play, the Sens cut into the Flyers' lead. Stone leads the rush. He feeds White, who fires a shot that Stone tips and it goes off the post. The puck lands on the pad of Stolarz. Brady Tkachuk stands in front, waits patiently. Sure enough, eventually Stolarz panics. Tkachuk bangs home the loose puck, and the Sens are just down 3-2. What a cheeky play by Tkachuk. You could almost see him standing there like, I see the puck, and when Stolarz moves, it's like, yes, yes, more. Ah, there we go. Thanks for the goal, suckers! But Brady and the Sens, they aren't done there. On his very next shift, Chabot sends a point shot through, Tkachuk gets a stick on it in front, it gets by Stolarz, and with 6:34 to play, the game is tied at 3. And with the goal, Tkachuk now has 2 goals and 3 assists in his last 2 games. Elias Pettersson is the early favorite for the Calder, with 13 goals and 21 points in 21 games, but Brady is making a case to get into that conversation. In 14 games so far this season, Tkachuk has 9 goals and 16 assists. In fact, I'll take it a step further. Pettersson is the favorite to win the award today, But if we were to go to the award ceremony today, I could make a case that 2 of the 3 finalists should be Sens, as Colin White is quietly putting together a solid season of his own. 24 games played, 7 goals, 16 points. Of course, with the way Buffalo's playing, you might also want to throw Deline into that mix as well, but the point still stands. The Sens rookies have played well, and it's led by Cachet. Of course, Brady's goal ties the game, and with the way the last few games have gone, all I could think about was, how are they going to blow it this time? Well, holy jumpin' they don't! With under 3 minutes to play in the period, Matt Duchene steals the puck in the neutral zone. He races into the Flyers zone, fires a shot on goal. It gets blocked, the puck goes in the air, and... Put me in, coach! I'm ready! Dutchie? This is, hockey, not baseball. Oh, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm playing baseball tonight. Duchene swats the puck out of midair with his backhand, it goes shelf on Stellars, and the Sens take their first lead of the night. What an incredible goal. I have to admit, I was a little disappointed though. When you score a goal like that, you gotta milk it. Slam that stick down on the ice and channel your inner Alex Ovechkin against the Lightning. Either way, it was an unbelievable goal. Now they just have to hang on for the final 3 minutes. The Flyers pull their goalie, and the Sens do hang on. Mike McKenna gets his first win since last April, and just his second win since December 2013. I'm sure personally it was nice for him to get that win, but I can tell you as a Sens fan, I was really happy to see us win. But for once, could we have a relatively stress-free night? Just like a nice rolling from start to finish? Actually, that's asking too much. Right now, just win. Alright, let's do good news, bad news. Let's talk Ottawa's penalty killing. I have ripped on this penalty killing a number of times this season, and the truth is, they've deserved it. But if I'm gonna rip on them when they deserve it, I should give them credit when they deserve it as well. So the good news from last night's game was Ottawa's penalty killing, which is kind of funny considering the only penalty they took was a Ben Harper fighting major. The Sens finished the night 0 for 0 on the penalty kill. I realize that means technically they were never used, but I consider not taking penalties to be part of the penalty kill. If you aren't taking penalties, you don't have to kill any. You can't be a bad penalty killing team if you don't have to kill any penalties. Seeing the Sens pitch a goose egg in the penalty department was pretty shocking to see, but it was also really nice to see. And while they were disciplined in this one, they haven't been in their previous 2, yet the penalty killing was still terrific. Against the Rangers, the Sens were a perfect 4 for 4. And Friday night in Dallas? Yeah, they were a perfect 3 for 3 that night too. Getting a penalty killing going that was historically bad earlier in the season will be key for the Sens if they hope to win, and if they hope to keep that goals against number a little lower. But despite killing off 8 straight penalties, the Sens still sit last in the league. They have improved from 67% to just over 70% and have pulled to within 0.8% of the Flyers for second last. From there though, it will be one heck of a climb for the Sens before they catch anyone else, as the Chicago Blackhawks sit third last, 4.5% better than the Sens. It's moving in the right direction though, and that is good news. Now, for the bad news. Mike McKenna played a real solid game for the most part, which is bad news. It's not the fact that he played well that's the bad news. It's the fact it took the Sens backup goalies this long to get a decent effort. McKenna's start was the 4th for the Sens backup goalies this year, but was just their first win. Mike Condon went 0-2 with a goals against over 6 and a save percentage of just .800. McKenna has appeared in 5 games for the Sens now this season, yet he has a save percentage of just .876 and a goals against over 4.5. Craig Anderson is overworked both in the number of shots he has to face each night and the number of games he has to play. The backup goalies haven't done enough this season to lighten his load, and that's bad news. Hopefully, a game like last night can kickstart a real solid run for McKenna. Next up, the Sens return home after a 4-game road trip when they host the New York Rangers on Thursday night. Coming into the contest, the Rangers hold the momentum over the Sens, having beaten them 4-2 in New York on Monday night. The contest will be the second in 4 games between the two teams, but the Rangers, they've been off since that game on Monday. Hopefully the rest hurts the Rangers, and hopefully the Sens can exact some revenge. See ya Thursday night.